There's a really cool camera tracking app called Omniscient. It's on the phone, and I wanted to show you guys how to use it in Blender. So this is going to be a quick and simple tutorial on how to do that. Okay, so here we are on the phone. Before we go any further, I'll let you guys know that Omniscient is not free if you're wanting to use the export abilities for Blender. I use the $5 a month version. I think there's a cheaper one, but yeah. It's not free, sadly. That's the worst part about it. But let's just continue. So let's open up the app. This is what the start screen looks like. We're going to go ahead and hit start here at the bottom. And here we go. This is my kitchen floor here. This is where the scene's going to be. You can see on the left side, you can change multiple different options. You can either go HD, 4K. I just keep the HD. At least this is for the version that I have, the $5 a month subscription. You can change your FPS. I like to keep it locked in at 60. And I don't really mess with the other settings. So I'm just going to go get straight to it and scan my floor. And wait for that weird crack in the middle to go away. It should flatten itself out, to be honest. I don't know why it's got that weird ripple. Wait for that to disappear. That's good enough, because I'm just going to keep it right here. So go ahead and hit the check mark when you're done. And let's just go ahead and film a quick video. Wow, that's really choppy. To be honest, I kind of want to just fix it really quick. So if you want to rescan, you hit the scan button and you're going to hit extend. And what if I scoot over here? That's good. I hit check there. So that looks good to me. Let's go ahead and do a quick video. Just gonna do 5 seconds. That looks good. So to check your video, tap the top right. I'm gonna delete the video from before. And here's the one I took now. So let's play, go full screen there. Just check for any like stutters or like frame blocks or anything like that. I don't even know. Like sometimes the frames will be jumpy. So that looks good to me. So you can't actually export from this scene. You have to do it from the home page. So let's go ahead and go back, and then you're going to tap the feather on the top left. And here we are at the start screen. Tap projects, and here's your project. Going to hit export, and go ahead and copy my settings that I have here. And you can change the file name if you want. I'm just going to leave it blank. Let's go ahead and hit export. So I'm going to save mine to a Dropbox, but you guys can save yours wherever you want. So once this is done uploading, we can go to the desktop. Okay, so here we are back on the PC. We're just in my Dropbox right now. So we're going to find the file. This is it right here at the bottom. I'm going to just click that and download it. And then we're going to go back into Blender. Open up our file screens here. Go to downloads. And there it is right here. We're going to have to extract this in order to use it in Blender. So we have extracted it. There we go. So now that you've extracted it, don't really have to do much now. I'm going to close that out. And here we are in our scene. You don't even have to close everything. I'm just going to delete the default cube because, you know. And we're going to go to import and Omniscient right here at the very bottom. So let's go ahead and go to downloads and find that. Double click, and here it is. Double click that, and it should open it up. Look, now we've got our scene right here. Now we'll let you guys know that you can't, it's locked in. You can't change the size or move it around, because if you do, it messes up the motion animation for some reason of the camera. But let's press 0 and let's go into rendered mode and just see what it looks like. Okay, awesome. So you can see the outline of our scan here. Since we're already in cycles, it should put you into cycles. I'm going to change that to my GPU compute. And before it should actually change all your settings for you. You don't really need to change anything, but as far as the export goes, or our output settings, I'm going to change my output to my desktop. And then I'm going to change this to an FFmpeg video. Change the encoding over here to an MPEG-4. Just so we don't forget to later. Make sure everything's 60 FPS, it all matches, everything's good, and yeah, so one thing I like to do is whenever I import all my stuff, I like to do it in Eevee so it's not so hard on my computer. So I'm going to switch to Eevee. And sweet, yeah, now we got our scene that we can throw our objects in. I'm going to go ahead and run into Endorphin and just do a quick scene. Let's just make a quick scene. I'm not going to do anything crazy on this. I'm just going to add an audio motion 1 character. And let's just make him, give him a behavior event. Let's just do arms, wing, bill, and legs kick. The classic. So here we go. Legs kick. Oh, legs kick. And it was only 5 seconds. So how many frames was that? It is 352 frames. So let's go and make that. Well, we can make him die, but we just need to make sure that this is at least 352 frames long. So let's simulate. Awesome, and we are over 352 frames. So let's go ahead and export this puppy. I'm just going to export it to the desktop. Actually, I'm going to export it to the downloads and name it fall. Oh, I already got a fall. Damn, we'll name it flail. And you got to change it to a BVH. And you hit save. Make sure it's 60 FPS. Target reference character. We're going to do audio motion 1. Click OK. I like to change the accuracy to accurate. And then we're going to click OK. So now our BVH has been exported. So we can close that out. Don't even need to save it. So we're going to go in here and then we're going to go ahead and import the BVH. Go import, motion capture BVH, go to the downloads, find that flail. Okay, so now we're going to have to scale this down quite a bit. So just going to select that, scale her down. I'm also going to go out of render view so we can see a little better. So let's go into camera view and see. So this is where I like to find my placement. A lot of times the camera's already going to be, or the floor's already going to be set for you, so you don't got to do much. So I'm just going to move this guy into the front here. I'm not going to change its rotation yet because when we retarget, we can change all that after. But let's see, how big is he? You can get a really good idea on what it looks like just through the rendered view. So I like the placement; it's good, and the size is good. We'll just leave it. Maybe I want to make it a little bit bigger. Okay, that looks good. So now let's go ahead and get our character. I get all my characters from Mixamo. I already have mine saved, but I guess I'll go to the website and show you guys. Let's do it. Okay. I'm going to skip this part in the scene so you guys don't see my email and all that. Okay, so here we are in Mixamo, and it looks like we already got a character saved in T-pose. Let's see if we have any other funny characters. Man, I kind of want to do the ninja, but we're going to stick with the soldier. Just because the ninja's T-pose is messed up sometimes. Like the T-pose, he's not actually completely in T-pose, so it kind of messes it up sometimes, so you have to adjust it. So let's just do the SWAT guy. I like this character. So we'll go ahead and download FBX binary, T-pose, looks good. So it'll prepare your download, save it as SWAT, go to here. Now let's go ahead and import our SWAT character. Import FBX. Downloads and find SWAT. There he is, and there he is. So we got to make him the same size as our Endorphin character. Also, when you import him, don't move him, because if you move him, it changes the location after retargeting. So just change the scale. I like to make it to where the fingers match the same line. Looks good, and then you got to make sure that they're facing the same direction, which it looks like they already are. So we're good. Let's go ahead and hit N and open up the Rococo tab. Drag that over a little bit. Retargeting. Our source is going to be our flail. The target's going to be our armature for the character. Let's build the bones list. Looks like everything should already be good. Uncheck that, gonna change it to current, and let's retarget. Nice. Now it looks like he's already in there, and he should be retargeted to that animation. So awesome, looks good. I'm gonna go ahead and hide my endorphin animation, and let's go ahead. Now I can change the rotation of the guy. See, it's kind of messed up, but I'm gonna do. Actually, yeah, let's do this. Let's do it from out here. RZ. I want him to be facing the camera. Let's put him right here in the middle. As you can see, he's kind of clipping through the floor. I'm going to scoot him forward a little bit too. Maybe I made him a little bit too big. Whatever. GZ. Let's just raise him up to where his feet are above the floor here. Go back into he still clips through just a tiny bit. I'm just going to raise him up just like a smidge. But okay, sweet. So here we are, and looks good. Just a simple motion capture. So before we continue, I'm going to switch back into cycles here, and then I'm going to go over to my render settings, and then we're going to go over to film here, and then we're going to make sure transparent is checked. It should already be checked, but sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it glitches out. Make sure that's checked. And then we're also going to go up to compositing here and make sure that you can see the background picture. If you can't see the background picture, you got to do a weird thing. It's a glitch. You're literally just going to disconnect and then hit Control Z, and sometimes it re-glitches it out. But yeah, it should be reconnected. If it does anything weird, go back into your film and make sure transparent's still selected. And let's just a good way to make sure everything's looking good is if you hit F12 and render a quick scene. So that's crazy. The frame rate changed to 30, so let's fix that back to 60. I think it was, I never changed it to begin with. So yeah, make sure everything's GPU compute on cycles. Let's hit F12, and it's going to render us a image. Okay, sweet. So this is a glitch. Oh wait, no, it didn't glitch. Awesome, it worked. Sweet. So yeah, everything should be good if you do everything that I followed, but sometimes there are bugs and glitches. If you guys witness a bug, just put it in the comments section. But yeah, so one thing that's weird is, look, you can't see his shadow. He has no shadow. What's the problem? The problem with that is because over here in our scene collection, you got to pull everything out of the Omniscient and put it into the collection. So pull that scene into the collection. There we go. So now we're going to go ahead and you can see the shadow. Now I'll go ahead and, I'm sorry I didn't notice it at first, but let's go ahead and render another sample image. It might take a little longer here because it's actually going to have to render in the shadows and all that stuff. Nice. Okay, so here we are. Looks good. He's got his shadow. He's got motion blur and everything. It auto focuses everything too in Omniscient, which is crazy. It makes everything so easy and it makes it look really good, like professional. So yeah, let's. I like the way that looks and everything's all right. So I'm going to go ahead and just render it through. So I'm going to hit Control F12, and we will see what it looks like at the end. Peace.